Hello and welcome everyone to today's Seer 365 session with X Plus, all about the license lockdown. I am Rufus Lunn and I'm the ISV program lead here at Seer 365. And as always, we are streaming today's Seer 365 session live. So if you have a question, whether you're watching live or on demand, please feel free to drop any questions into the comments and we'll pick them up throughout the call and get you some answers. Even if you're watching on demand, we'll still get notifications and we'll be happy to help with any contact. Okay, so in the world of Microsoft Dynamics, the only constant is change. And things are changing for Dynamics 365 finance and supply chain management. Yep, still a mouthful. License enforcement is coming to D365. And today we're going to be delving into some more detail about what these changes are going to mean and what you can do to prepare for it for both yourself and your clients and end customers. Today, I'm joined by Pavel Wozniak from X Plus, and they are the creators of Executive Automats, an ISV suite of really powerful, scalable solutions for system management, testing, and user security governance. So, Pavel, let's dive into today's session. I think we're going to kick off with the agenda.
Yeah, hello, Rufus. Hello, everyone. Okay, so.
Excellent. So for today's agenda, we are going to have a short introduction into X Plus. Then we're going to go into a little bit more detail about license enforcement and what it really means. What does this change actually look like in the market? We have some good practical advice for how you can prepare for these new changes, both in a very sort of manual way, but also a couple of slightly more sophisticated ways of preparing and managing for this change. Then from there, Pavel is going to be giving us a really nice overview of Executive Automats USG, User Security Governance, why observability matters. We'll be having a bit of a look at the system, and then there'll be time for a detailed Q&A if there are any questions that we're not able to cover during today's session.
Right. Okay, so we will start with license enforcement, what it really means. So, yeah, the change is coming, like Rufus said. Basically, in November 1st, all users inside Dynamics 365, they will need to have licenses assigned inside Dynamics, but also in Power Platform Admin Center. So how it worked before 2025. So in general, users could have security roles assigned in Dynamics 365 and the license assigned there, but we didn't need to have license assigned in Admin Center. And there was also the honor system, which Microsoft kind of trusted their customers that they stay compliant. And the only way when some issues regarding the licenses were coming out was during the audits. So by the standard, Microsoft was not verifying if all the security roles are aligning with the correct licenses. So this was also previously, and there was also no central report to check as purchase licenses and assigned licenses. So it was also hard to get even this information about our licenses. Yeah, and flexible roles. So users could have very extended roles, and even if license was not matching it, because Microsoft was not checking it, they didn't even have tools to check that. It was okay that we have the wrong license on our user. And this will change. Microsoft wants to change that. And yeah, we have new things right now, like Power Platform Admin Center, where we have now centralized licensing report. on this report, we can see how many licenses we have, how many licenses we assigned, and it will also show us insufficient assignments. So if you have security role and you assigned the wrong license, Power Platform Admin Center will throw warnings or errors even inside the Dynamics 365. Yeah. Now we have in-app validation. Yeah, so inside Dynamics 365, users may see warnings first, and later on, if the user will be without license or with wrong license, he won't be even able to log in to the system. So this means the end of owner system. Microsoft will see what licenses we purchased, what licenses we are using, which licenses we assigned. So it means that we need proper licenses for all our security roles and employees. So this is the situation now. All right. And
I think, Pavel, the in-app license validation, so this is already starting to kick in. If there are users that aren't licensed sort of up to the right level, then they might be seeing these warnings. But obviously, this doesn't work the other way around, right? So if someone's kind of got a more expensive license than perhaps they need, they wouldn't be seeing these warnings in system?
No, they will see. Anyway, Admin Center will show that there are some insufficient licenses assigned.
Cool.
Yeah, and it already started, like you mentioned. The whole news started in April 30, when the centralized license reports were introduced to Power Platform Admin Center. And then now we are waiting for September 1st, when the soft block will start. So users will start receiving errors and warnings inside Dynamics 365 about licenses, the warnings, yeah. So if there is a wrong license or user is without license, he will get the warnings. Those warnings might be pretty annoying for end users. So yeah, it's good to start the process as soon as possible to get the right licenses. Yeah, and November 1st is the hard block. So as we already said, users without proper licenses, they won't be able to join to Dynamics. They won't be able to get in. So time is running up, and yeah, customers, they need to think about licenses and security roles to get them sorted before the 1st of November, because it may cause problems, yeah? Okay, so how to prepare for new changes? So as obvious, we need to review our license assignments. We need to verify if our users have licenses assigned and if they have proper licenses. For that, we can use this new report inside Power Platform Admin Center. Also in new USG module, which we will mention later on, there is also a security analysis report, which can help us in getting to know what roles we have, what licenses we need for our roles. And then we need to align all the roles with proper licenses. And this point is really, really hard. I think the hardest from the list, because it is really hard to align very extended, very complex roles with proper licenses. There are many dependencies on the entry points, and if roles are very extended, they touch many things inside the system, it is really hard to align them to proper licenses. So a solution for that is preparing new security roles. We can create new security roles, new tailored roles for our business, for our users, or we can modify already existing roles to simplify them a bit, to narrow them a bit, because it will also make easier to get proper licenses for security roles. And of course, if you struggle with any security measures, you can contact your Microsoft partner or other partners like X+, as we do projects for end customers. We can prepare roles for the customer or do audit of already existing roles. So we can also help
I'm sure no one watching this is guilty of this, but certainly around the creating tailored roles and aligning those security roles correctly to users, there's always been this this trope, I guess, right, of IT managers that will just hand out admin permissions. So there's kind of a compliancy risk and a governance risk as well, yeah?
Yeah. Many customers, they have roles created just to be able to do the business, but they are not aligned with what users really do on a daily basis. So that's why what we see so far on our customers, most of the roles, they are over permissioned, they are very complex, and this can be changed for the license optimization and to avoid any problems with this November 1st hard stop.
Yeah.
Okay, so how Microsoft can help us and how we can get prepared for the new changes. So along with this April announcement about new licensing system, Microsoft also introduced a user security governance product. So this new module inside Dynamics is free for the whole standard and allows users to record business processes with task recorder and then extract entry points from recordings to prepare new security roles. So this is a very good approach because for every position we can list out all the processes that this position do in the system, and then we can record them and prepare security roles on that. So key features of it is role creation based on task recordings, capturing entry points from the recording and mapping them to duties and privileges, and the roles at the end. Draft roles aligned with real business processes. This is really important because it allows us to prepare almost tailored roles. I will say almost because really tailored roles, they require a little bit more work, but anyway, with standard USG, it's easier now to create security roles. But this main functionality, main advantage of it, so the role creation based on task recordings, also is the biggest disadvantage of this module, because we need to prepare those recordings, and those recordings they need to reflect our business. Yeah, so. Usually, this is the business users are the ones who will prepare task recordings for that. So, of course, it requires users, it requires time to prepare recordings. Of course, recordings, they require some quality. So we need to also be in line with quality of those recordings. If user forgets to click on something, of course, we will not see entry point required. Yeah, so. This simplifies role creation, simplifies the analytics of our security setup, but still requires a lot of work. Yeah.
And having been involved in some projects where we've been, editing user security roles, it's a very manual process within Dynamics 365 as well. Like, you can go to a very, very low level of permissions and even individual permissions and tables that you want to give people access to. But actually working out what that needs to look like and assigning that all takes a huge amount of time. It's a very, very manual process without the right tools.
Yes. Even if this module simplifies it, it is still manual work. So yeah, always manual work takes time, and it's you can make faults, you can make errors, bugs during the work. Yeah. All right. So how to deal with this new security policy and how to build roles faster and better. So for that, we can use observability. And what is observability? Observability is the ability to provide visibility how our users use the system and how our processes are executed within a system, but by collecting real activities data from our Dynamics 365. So observability means just that we can observe what users do in the system. In simple words, every action, every click done by the users can be observed. And this is what we do, and this is how we can use to simplify role creation. But why it matters? So it matters from the compliance perspective, because when we see how users behave in the system, how they use the system, it's like a gold mine of information for all the auditors, which requires this detailed data. Our observability application allows you to go very deep, even on the transaction level. So every transaction can be tracked, can be checked. So for the auditors, this is like a gold tool which they can use to know how you operate with your system. Optimizations, yeah. So here we can point out few optimizations which observability opens. It can be license optimization, which we will show today and explain today, but also observability can help us in doing the process optimization, because it can show us all the ineffectivenesses in our business processes. So these days, everyone is wondering how to use AI within dynamics, within systems. So observability also can help in finding good spots to use AI agents or some process optimization. Yeah, then security. So this is what we will focus on today, because observability can help us in building roles, because it can show us how users behave in the system, what things they are using, what buttons, tables they are touching during daily work. So based on that, we can also prepare completely new security roles, which are very tailored to what users do in the system. Yeah, and as a last point here, it also matters for business decisions. If we make any changes, or we are planning to do some changes to our system, it's good to know how it will affect how users behave in the system. So if we will plan some automation, or we will introduce new ISV to the system, we can see how users use it and if they get any profit from it. Yeah, and then let's talk about USG Advanced. So what is User Security Governance Advanced? So this is our approach. This is our product, which combines standard USG module and our observability application, which helps us in finding out what security rights we need to give to our users. So we can watch users in real time. Usually, we require to watch users for about a few weeks to get knowledge about how they behave in the system, how they work on a daily basis. And then, based on that, we can prepare very tailored security roles. Usually, we start with doing the audit first, but after audit, very quickly we can provide a set of security roles tailored to real usage. What are the key features? What is different to standard user security governance? So we have a comprehensive audit trail and SOX ready reporting. So first of all, we can see every activity. We can see every click of the user in our application. I will show you this today as well. So this is like audit trail of everything that happened on the environment. So we already mentioned audits like SOX, SOX compliance, where they get the value from it, because we can see every action in the system. Also, when somebody will break the segregation of duties rules, for instance. Automated role creation from real user activity. So today I will show you this as well. So we can create security roles within minutes. You need just one click to prepare a new security role based on real usage. So we are not guessing what access we need for users. We don't need any task recordings to prepare a new security role. We just need to observe users for some time and just one click to prepare security role. Real-time alerts for high-risk actions, for instance, segregation of duty conflicts. So part of our application is also alerting system. So when we observe users, we can get alerted if users will do some specific activities. We can set up alerts that will inform us if some specific activities were done. So to give you an example, on one of our projects, we wanted to know who is changing the parameters of the module. So one of the employees was changing parameters, and we didn't know which one. So we put the alert on the parameters form, customer parameters form. So if anybody changed any setting, we got alerted with all the details, who did that, what was changed, and so on. So alerting system can help us on daily basis working with the system, but can also secure system from any suspicious activities. Also for external consultants that work on our production, we can get alerted if they will do anything extra than the job they were supposed to. So yeah, very nice feature. Yeah, so emergency access with.
No. So I was just going to say, so if you've ever been working on a project, something keeps being changed, I mean, you can essentially have this tracking to help work out who and why. And I suppose there's kind of a user adoption element to this as well, right? Where if you have existing, you've been using the platform for a little while, you can run one of these audits with the help of X Plus and Executive Automats and kind of get a sense of, well, are you using it in the right way, right? Are there risks from an audit perspective or from a segmentation perspective?
Yes, as well, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so we have then the next point, which is emergency access with full activity logging. So yeah, if we have any security breaks, data leaks from the system, also our application, our observability app will help with that. We will see what happened, what was done. Also, if we face any errors and they are hard to reproduce with our application, you can see what steps were done before an error happened. So we can also get this kind of knowledge. Yeah, and the last point here, I have licensing cost optimization through accurate role design. So this is what I mentioned earlier. It's really hard to optimize licensing costs if our roles are not well prepared, if they are very extended, very custom. So to get license cost optimization, first, we need to prepare very, very good security roles. And there is, I think, no better way than using observability to create roles, to create roles based on the real usage. Okay, so how does it work? How our observability and USG Advanced works? So we deploy first the activity tracker, so our observer, to Dynamics 365. It works in the similar way how Google Analytics, for instance. And of course, there is some configuration needed. We can put filters, select environments, legal entities. So there is some part of a setup. And then application is ready. It starts to observe the users. And we can start auditing even from the first day. We can audit how users behave, what they do in the system. And also we can start auditing our security roles. So usually we require some days to prepare audit, like week or two, maybe 3 weeks, to do the first audit to see if our security setup in the system matches with what users do on daily basis. Very often we can see that users have like 1,000 amount of entry points in Dynamics on security rights, but on daily basis they use like 10% of it. So yeah, we usually start with doing this kind of audit. This is out of the box report in our application. There's this audit report. I will show you this today as well, how easy it is to do this audit. And once we have that, we can start building first roles. So with little user involvement, we can start building roles after a week of observing the users. After 3 months, in the optimal scenario, we can prepare all the security roles for every user without even speaking with them, without any contact with business users. We just need to observe what they do, and we can propose new security roles based on that. Yeah, and there is always a step, continuous improvement. So still, this USG Advanced can be used to use the alerting system, to watch changes in our system, to also verify remote work as well for the employees, and of course validate our security roles, audit our security roles until we will be sure that everything is set and ready.
Very nice. And given the standard Microsoft tools as well, I mean, we can build the first roles with executive automats, and they can be tweaked over time if certain things need adding or taking away, depending on roles changing.
Yeah, of course, we can work on single entry points. So if we need to extend the role, we can even do that by single entry points. So yes, cool. That's correct. All right. So yeah, to compare user security governance standard with user security governance advanced, or EA for user security governance, the biggest difference is on the way how we get information about entry points. So in standard, the task recordings are required. So to prepare roles, we need first to prepare the recordings, usually done by SMEs, as the practice shows us. And there is also important info that task recorder doesn't cover like 100% of entry points, especially for customizations or entry points which are deeply coded within the code, not on the front of the customizations. Then for sure, task recorder will not capture very, very hidden entry points, very deeply hidden entry points. And it's different for our observability. Our observability can get almost 100% of entry points, no matter if they are custom entry points, if they are hidden in the code, we will get them. So also with task recordings, we need to be careful with that something may not get captured, and we will need to do some manual work to find out names of entry points that were missed. With our observability, there is no need for that. We should get everything what was done by the user. All right, so yeah, let's go next. Okay, so what observability means and how it works in the practice. So in practice, we can track every step, every activity done by the users. I'm not sure if this can be if you can read what is on the screenshot, but no worries, I will show this also in the application in a second. But in general, here we have different activities listed, so we can see exactly what user was doing during his session inside the Dynamics. Then for the processes, automatically this application will show us the graph of the process. So yeah, we can show how users executed the the process. Yeah, and as mentioned, every item change inside Dynamics is tracked. So here we have this similar case which I mentioned. There is a change in accounts receivable parameter. Somebody changed the parameter, and then how it looks in our app. So we see this activity as changing the toggle box on the form. And here it is not visible for sure, but this below this highlighted section shows us what form was used and what entry point was used as well. Okay, so how else we can use this discovery? How else it can help us with role creation? So if after the 1st September, users will face warnings from admin center. Yeah. So having the observability application of ours can help you in pointing out the entry points which are responsible for those warnings. So admin center will show us a warning that there is some insufficient license, and then we can go to user security governance advanced to see which entry points are causing those errors, those warnings. Yeah, so this is really helpful, because finding out those entry points without our application, without user security governance advanced, it is really difficult. Very often we need to search for them, and it may take even hours. In our app, you need seconds to find out. All right, so know how to modify role to avoid raising costs of the licenses. So our app will show all the licenses that covers entry points. So if we have an entry point, very quickly we can see which licenses cover it. So we know how cost will change if we will add or remove entry point from the role. So with it, also within minutes, we can check out which license I can use to avoid any costs, avoid raising the cost of license at the end. Yeah, and the most important, know if the analyzed entry points are really used by the user. So this is also what we mentioned already. Very often, users have a lot of entry points that they are not using on a daily basis. So with this application, we can know which entry points are really used, which we can remove from security roles because they are not used. Okay, easily know how different combinations of entry points will impact on licensing cost. So yeah, we can basically select entry points. I have this on the slide. I probably you can read this as well, but here we have entry points on the left on this screenshot above. So we can just select them, and then automatically system will tell us what license will be the best to cover selected scope of entry points. So also we don't need to guess what license will be needed. We can just select set of entry points, and system will show us what license will be the best.
Okay, so this is tracking users. It's understanding where are they entering data into the system or modifying data, and then it's feeding that back from a license permission standpoint.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, have a clear view of what licenses was assigned. I will show you today report that shows that what licenses we have assigned to our users, what roles they have as well. So this gives the good visibility, clearness of what we have in what we have set up with our roles and licenses. Yeah, and the last one, I think everyone is struggling with it. Have a knowledge how many licenses do you really need. So this is also out of the box functionality from User Security Governance Advanced. It shows exactly what licenses you need and sum up how many licenses of each kind you need for all your security roles, duties, etc. within the system. So you can just take this report from our app, go to admin center, and assign everything as was listed by User Security Governance Advanced. And no more guessing anymore. All right, role creation within a minute. So we have two ways to do that. We can simply generate report from our executive automates for discovery, which is the observability application. We can prepare report, display what entry points were used by the user in the selected period, export it to a file, and then use it within standard user security governance. to prepare a security role there. Or even there is a faster way. Now we have also integration between User Security Governance Advanced and our discovery tool, our observability tool. So now this integration is more seamless. So we don't even need to share any files. Directly inside Dynamics, we can see our roles, and below we can see real usage of the same users. And there is just single button to prepare security role. And this is what we highly recommend for getting ready for November 1st, preparing tailored roles. No matter if we will do that by observability or with different methods, getting all the roles audited and then tailored to what is really needed for the users is the, I think, must have to be prepared for November 1st, because without that, assigning licenses is really, really painful, I'd say. So preparing new tailored roles gives clarity, license cost optimization without any user involvement. If we do that by observability, of course, improve security, because over-permissioned users, they usually don't use this access, but they might use. So we also improve security when we tighten the roles. Enhance onboarding process and role creation with one click. So this is what we can propose to help our customers get ready for November 1st. All right, Rufus, do you have any questions, or we go to the demo?
I think we're good to dive right in, Pavel.
All right. So let me share the screen. Okay, I have some tips. Okay. So I will start with executive automates for discovery. So this is used as an observability application in our approach. And first, I will show you what is this observability, how it works. So I will move to the event section where we have user sessions and activities. Let's start with activities. So this is very simple view which can show you activities of your users. There are available multiple filters which we can use, but in general we can simply just use the date picker, and I will do this this way. So I will filter out the whole month of June to see what activities were made during that time. So let's search. I will switch the view to list view, and just like that, now I can see everything what my users did during the June month. Yeah. So every click, every typing as well, even the keyboard shortcuts, every action that was done by the users is here. You can see even shortcuts like this, Control C, which is copy shortcut, is also captured. So we can also put alert on this kind of activity. When somebody is copying data in our system, we can get informed about that. Yeah, so there are multiple activities. So let's take one of them, like this one. So I can see that on 4th of June at 8 a.m. 33, I have even seconds here, so I know exactly when it happened. I can see that user Mateusz, he typed the value to the customer account field. So when I click on this activity, I can get more information about it. So now I can see, of course, his dynamic session ID, but also area path. So I know that this was under all free text invoices. So he was typing this customer account to free text invoice. I can also verify that here on the primary form used. So he was using the free text invoice and customer table lookup. So for sure he was selecting customer for free text invoice. So we have detailed information about every activity done by the users. There is also business context, so we can know more context from the form which user used. So now I can see more information about this invoice that he was creating. So I can see quantity here. There is no amount, so now I know that he didn't put any unit price on the invoice. So that's why we have 0 as amount. Yeah, and then we have some other information like description, like customer selected on the invoice. So as you can see, this is already gold mine of information. This gives us like this transaction level view to our system. Yeah, and let's take a look also on the sessions. So sessions can show us the same thing, but divided by full sessions of the users. So if I search again, full month of June, I can find out that this user, Mateusz, on 4th of June, he was logged in for 8 minutes, 14 seconds. I can see also longer sessions, even 8-hour session can be tracked, can be searched here. But let's take this 8-minute session of my user. So now I can open a full session of this user. So now I can find out other activities that he did. So from his session started, I can see every step that he did during his 8 minutes in the system. And what is important, what you can see here, we have also information on the sessions, which entry points were used by the user. So this is important from security perspective, because now we can use this information. All right, so how to get this information about entry points now in the system. So I mentioned that we have seamless integration with USG Advanced. Oh, okay, sorry, my session ended. Let's refresh. So our user security governance advanced seamlessly integrates with this discovery application, with this observability application. And as you can see here, we have is discovery checkbox, which shows us which users were observed in the discovery. So here I have simply the list of all my users, and now I can compare what entry points they were using from discovery. So let's take my test user 2, and now I have this comparison. Here I have system, so it means here I can see all entry points which this user have assigned in the system. If I filter out by entitled, then I can see what license will be covering all his entry points. So in this situation, I can see that 70 entry points for this test user 2, they are covered by supply chain management license, but there are still 5 entry points that are not covered by this license. So it means that for this user, I will need 2 licenses. And this can be verified here below on under the system table, because here we will see every entry point of this user, and also we will see for each entry point what license is required for it. So here I can see the same thing, that for 70 entry points of this user, I can use supply chain management license. But here I can see also for the system setup for now, that there are 5 finance entry points. So it means that for this user, I would require supply chain management license as a main one, and also attachment of basic finance.
Mm-hmm.
But let's take a look on the right side, because here we have information from discovery. So here we can see entry points from real usage. So here we have system, so what user have assigned at the moment within security roles, how many entry points he has. So in my case, this is not much, this is 75 entry points. But still, if I will compare it with real usage from discovery, I can see that user used only 21 of those entry points. So Here again, even if I have only 75 entry points, probably I don't need to use those licenses. I don't need to purchase those licenses, because here I can see that from observability application, you can see that user is not using that much entry points. He used only 21 entry points. And again, below I can see what licenses covers this scope. So this, for 21 entry points, I can see the finance license this time would be better for this user. It will cover whole access for 20 entry points. But unfortunately, there is one entry point that would require a different license, supply chain management. So it means that I would still need to buy attachment for supply chain management. But as you can see, this is just single entry point. So knowing this information from our observability, I can think about if user really needs access to this BOM table, or if I have multiple users, like 10 people working with the same processes, with the same role, maybe I can purchase this attachment only for one person, which will work on BOM table, and for everyone else in his team, we can use roles without this attachment, because maybe one person is enough to do the process. So now we can think about how to get rid of one entry point to optimize this license a bit. All right, and then let's use another screen, which is user entry point usage, where I can again filter out my users. So let's filter out my test user to AWX. Okay. So now I can see the same entry points which I had in previous tab, but all of them listed. And here there is a button to create security role. So very, very quickly, with just one button, I just need to provide security role name. So let's name the role test user role 1. So let's name it like that. So with one click, now I prepared a new security role for this scope of 21 entry points. So now I got confirmation that the new role was created. So as you can see, first we can observe how users use the system, what entry points they use, and then with single click, we can prepare security roles. So this speeds up this whole process a lot. And with this approach, still there is a time that we can make new roles before 1st of November. So of course, this role is now created, we can use it. But very quickly, last thing from my side, there is also one more view which I really want to show you, which is more about licenses. Okay. Again, we have a very simple view which can show me my users, and then I can see what are the licenses proposed for each of my user. So this situation with 75 entry points, which we had previously, is also here. So I can see that proposed license for now for this user as the first one is supply chain management, and there is also second line which shows me what attachment I need to buy. Below, again, we have every entry point listed, so we can check which entry point causes this license, so why this license is proposed by the system. And also here on the right side, I can verify every entry point and other licenses that may cover the same scope, the same entry point. So if I know that maybe activity license will give me the same result as a basic finance in this case, then I can check this here on this right table to also do some optimization. And of course, as a last thing from my side, there is also the summary. And summary shows us how many of each kind of license we need to purchase. And those licenses, they are aligned with all the user security setup. So it gives us the the real knowledge, how many licenses of each kind we need to purchase. So in my case, I don't have too many users, so I have like 5 licenses for finance and some other licenses. So it's not big numbers, but of course here you can see how many of each kind you need to buy. So this report can be simply taken to Power Platform Admin Center, and you just match what you have here with Admin Center to be ready for November 1st. Okay, that would be all for the demo. Thank you.
Excellent. And I think that's a great example of where it can actually significantly lower license investment. I know a lot of partners, once they're on D365 and they've been using it for sort of a year or so, they're usually quite keen to review their license estate and make any kind of tweaks and changes to it. So really nice, easy way of optimizing that as well.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Really good presentation. Thank you, Pavel. Really appreciate your time today. If you do have any questions, please do drop them in the chat. We're monitoring that at the moment, so more than happy to help with any questions. You can also reach out to either myself or Pavel on LinkedIn, and Pavel's email is on screen at the moment as well. Pavel, just sort of on that note, I mean, X+ work with other Microsoft partners around the use and the implementation of executive automats. I mean, could you sort of speak at a high level? How does that work? Is that a referral situation? Do you provide training on the platform? What kind of model do you operate on?
Yeah, so it depends a bit on the product that we're speaking with, because we have also test automation product. But our partnership usually goes like that we get the partner, we train them for the usage of a product, also provide all the demo environments for them, trials to let them really feel how applications works. And usually we work with at the beginning as a reseller model, so partners can resell our licenses and just get the commission from that. But if partner gets matured, knows tools very well, knows the products, all the approaches and best practices, then there is also option that partner can be individually responsible for getting the sales and implementing products to customers. But at the beginning, usually we go hand by hand with partners to help them get the clients and train the clients as well. And
No, I think that's great to hear. You want to put your best foot forwards for the first few opportunities together as you're learning how to work together, and from then it can kind of flourish and turn into a really nice growth partnership as well.
Yeah, we provide also all the knowledge bases, training materials, so everything is covered. So
awesome. No, that's really cool. Excellent. Well, I don't think there's any questions just yet, but if you are interested in learning a little bit more about executive automats and you have access to the Guide 365 platform, they are on our partner training portal. You can access the full list of ISVs that we have on the platform there, or via the Guide 365 Discover. Executive automats are aligned to some of the admin and testing requirements within the solution. And again, executive automats, there are very, very few partners out there doing what these guys do, and they're the absolute experts in it. So really, really glad to have you on today, Pavel. And I think that was a really nice overview of some of the changes coming into F&O.
Yeah, thank you as well. It was a pleasure.
Brilliant. Thank you, everyone, and hope to see you next time.